Yeah, I thought, first 8 minutes, their pace was exceptional. They made some shots. But, our thing was, it's a 40-minute game. We need to wear them down a little bit. And I thought we did exactly that. Um, First 8 minutes wasn't what I wanted. The last minute definitely wasn't what I wanted or what we expect. But the in-between was pretty darn good. Good offensive execution. Ran our sets exceptionally well. And then that defensive stretch, they had 23 points at 8 minutes into the game. With 1 minute to go in the game, they had scored 37 the rest of the time. Did a really good job defensively, and we're not going to face two guards as good as those two guys. It's just not. Those guys are high-level guards. They can play anywhere in the country. They're seniors. They know how to play. And I thought we played exceptionally well. When it was time to make plays, we really made some plays on both ends of the court.
Specific to rebounding, you mentioned those first 8 minutes. They really dominated the glass, and then you guys turned it on. What changed rebounding-wise?
Well, I think two things. One, offensively, we worked the ball a little more. And as I said, their pace to start the game, we were a step slow on a lot of stuff. We couldn't get to the offensive glass on them. And then we started getting some stops, and now we were able to get some breaks, push the ball a little bit more, get some better shots. And as you and I have talked about, when we execute offensively, even if we don't get the shot to go in, we have a much better chance of offensive rebounds. Now, we didn't shoot as well in the first half. Second half, we shot the ball well. They did a good job on the glass in terms of keeping us off the offensive glass, but we did a great job in the second half of keeping them off the offensive glass.
You defended without fouling. They only hit 4 free throws in the game. You hit 17. That was big.
Yeah, and we should have had a couple more at the end. Me, never really pleased with anything. That's just the way it goes. But defensively, we were good. We showed our hands on drives. We made them finish. I don't think there's any question. As good as Marcus played, as big as shots as Adam hit, Nick was big for us, made that big shot. The player of the game for us was Ben Lammers. He was tremendous, and it's probably the best one-basket game I've ever seen. He played both the 4 and the 5, was able to switch on the guards, keep them in front, block some shots, came up with some timely rebounds in that stretch where we pulled ahead and kind of stretched the lead. He's got a chance to be a heck of a player for us. We just need to make sure he believes in that as much as everybody else does.
Good to see that from Lammer. Certainly had contributions from others. Wanted to go back to another defensive question, though. Early on when Mason for them got hot, and for those who didn't hear the broadcast, career 58% three-point shooter, one of the best ever. How did you change things on him? Because it looked like you tried some different guys on him and Coulter.
Yeah, we did, and we wanted to get into his legs a little bit. We gave him, I think the only one, he goes 5 of 10, so he made one in the second half, and that was a transition pull-up, and we just didn't push out for enough. One of the challenges, you got to get back, but then you got to find those guys and really push into them because they're great rhythm shooters in the break, and that was the one he hit. But we made him work, and the other thing we wanted to do is make him work on the other end. He had to guard Marcus or Adam, so we ran a lot of stuff for those guys, sending him off multiple screens, ball screens, different things like that. I think he was a little hobbled at the end. He doesn't miss free throws, and it's a 5 or 6 point game, and he missed the front end of a one-on-one. Coulter missed a couple shots at the basket that he normally makes. I feel bad for Jimmy. They lost a Jones kid who was a heck of a player, so now they're short one guy on the perimeter. And we wanted to kind of expose that, and I think those guys, the minutes that they played and what they had to do and what we made them do did kind of wear them down a little bit because both those kids, as good as they were, weren't quite the same at the end of the game.
Boy, you guys got down 9 early. Your team started to rise, and the crowd rose. This was a really good atmosphere. It was a fun game to be a part of.
Yeah, the offensive, lot of action. We shot well from the 3, 8 of 18. They ended up 9 of 28. But the crowd was great. And in that stretch when Adam hit the 2 threes and then we got a couple stops, it was as good as it's been all year long, and hopefully that will kind of springboard it. We've been good at home. Unfortunately, we lost the game early, but we've played well at home, and obviously I think we're a much more exciting team to watch, and we got some seniors that have put in a lot of time here. So, we got 9 home games left in the ACC, and crowds like that will definitely help us be successful.
And quick last note, you've obviously put yourself in a great spot here, Coach. You're 10-3 heading into league play at Carolina.
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier, especially with the early part of the schedule. But, we got a couple days to get ready for that game. They're very, very talented. But, we played a difficult schedule. We did what we wanted to do other than probably, if you look in the big picture, two games we didn't play well in and we lost both those games. But we're going to have a good strength of schedule, a good RPI heading into the into the conference, and now you got to take care of business in the league.
It feels great, being that we finished with a pretty tough team, Duquesne. I feel like that team right there is going to compete in the Atlantic 10, and good things are coming their way. They have two great senior guards. They have a lot of experience, and I think they're going to do great.
I asked Coach about this. Coach was talking about the slow start. You guys got down by 9. What switched? Was it something schematically, defensive changes? What changed that helped you guys kind of take over the game?
We really just kept our composure. Really just got into, what we do, and, we didn't really focus on what they, the game is full of runs, and we just stuck together. And during the 12-minute stretch, that's when everything started clicking, and we started picking up and getting off to a run.
You're asked to do a lot on offense, obviously. I don't think sometimes people appreciate what you're asked to do on defense. You're kind of put all over the place. But there were some tough assignments out there for you tonight, weren't there?
Yeah, at one point they wanted me start off on Mason, great shooter, leads the NCAA or second in three-point field goal. I think he was 48% his whole career. So being able to stick with him the whole game, at one point, then switch on to Coulter, short, stocky, quick, powerful guard. They had me all over the place today, but, my teammates had my back, and they took care of me.
I want to ask you about Ben Lammers since Coach praised him. Ben Lammers tonight, 5 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, no turnovers, 3 blocks in 15 minutes. That's not the most amazing stat line ever, but Coach thought he was kind of the spark plug of the game. He's really coming along, isn't he? He can be a valuable asset.
Yes, he's very quiet, but he gets the job done. He does everything Coach asks him to do, and tonight he was playing on the 4 and the 5. So, he's very versatile at that position, and he's very long, so he changes a lot of guard shots, and he did a great job switching. At the our assignments and our coverages, he did a great job of covering.
Last thing here for Marcus Georges-Hunt. All right, here we go. ACC play. You start at Carolina, at Pittsburgh, and most people look at that and say, man, it's such a tough schedule. But this is your last go-around. You're ready for this, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm ready, being that, it's my last go-around, like you said, and then I didn't really get a chance to play against Carolina in my last game because I got hurt, so this should be fun.
Yeah, well, enjoy this victory, and then we'll talk to you at Chapel Hill.
Okay, thank you.
All right, that's Marcus Georges-Hunt. 20 points to lead the Jackets in the win over Duquesne, 73-67.